So you're saying you cannot reward her?
No,
That's why I have a
you
problem.
cannot reward.
No.
It's
Okay, you just agreed you would. Now you say you cannot reward her.
No. Like me. Okay, let me tell you my take on this. This is a simple thing.
Let me see who's going. No, carry on.
Yeah, I don't ever look at my wife and say because you've done this and done that, that's why I'm doing this. It's if I can do it, I do it. Right? If you don't do it, because I reward. I wouldn't even pay her. I don't think she don't need to deserve anything anymore because we deserve of being with each other. And nothing. Most things she does, what she gets, thank you. But I will decide to do things as time goes on. So, for example, let me finish. I'll let you crack on. For example, if I feel like, right, I'll go like spare a few cash. I'm like, babe, what you do this weekend? All right, go do some shopping, right? If I can't afford it, do some shopping. But she didn't do anything before I said that. She was just sitting down there, sitting on her phone, and I just walk past. I was like, babe, what you do this weekend? She's like, I did nothing. Yeah, this time I'm going to some shopping. This one I'm going to some shopping. But she didn't do anything beforehand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the things she's been doing resulted to that. If she had done something to mess that up, regardless of how much you have in your pocket, you would never suggest it. This is what I'm saying. You're contradicting yourself. You have to. At some point, if she does something nice, you have to like, okay, I need to do something for this woman. I need to reward her for what she's done. You've never.
I don't like use the word reward. I'll not use the word say.
This is what I'm saying.
Thank you.
You see what I'm saying? You're policing words. This you use the word
reward.
Now it's a problem to use the word.
No. Whenever a dog do what it does, like, oh, what's a good boy? That's a good. That's a treat. But reward comes from action. It comes immediately after an action, isn't it?
Context matters, right? Regardless of how you want to paint these things, I'm not changing my words. You use the word treat to justify your argument, but when I tackled it, you had a problem with it. Okay. You use the word reward to justify your argument. Now, when I tackle it, you have a problem with it.
No, what are we talking about? I don't think a woman.
Okay. I think we've agreed now. We've all agreed. We're on a common ground in the ground now. Yeah. Look after your partner. Your partner is a representation of you.
Yeah.
So if your partner is looking good, indirectly you're the one that is getting the praise, whether you agree or not. That's just what it is. From our point of view, that's how it is. So look after your partner, treat her, reward her, do whatever you think you have to do to make sure she's happy. That's all.
Can I ask you a question? Because you seem to be a very big fan of Twitter. He's a big fan of rewards. Okay, let me go to Mr. Tree. Listen, the question is this: are you meant to treat your woman more than you treat yourself?
Why? So if you listen to what I said before, right?
No, because one must be more than the other. It can't be equal.
No, let me just remind you what I said before. I said, look at it this way. You're going to get few stuff for yourself. You went to shopping. You want to go upgrade your wardrobe, or you want to go just do clothes shopping, or you want to go do shopping. Yeah. You going to do shopping is a process of you going to treat your own self. Then in the process of treating yourself, you're like, oh, this dress will look nice on my missus. You add it to your basket. Oh, I like this earring, or I like this necklace. You look at, oh, I think she will like this. You add it to. So you're equally treating you're treating yourself and equally treating your partner. Okay. It's not as if you're leaving yourself out. And again, if you could go out there and treat your partner, you don't necessarily have to say, okay, it's only when I'm treating myself I'll treat my partner.
Okay,
no,
you
could just go out there and be like, you know what? I think, like what Emma said, I think my partner, or she's lately she's been holding us down. And I just want to appreciate her what she's done, or how she's holding down the family. You get one or two things for that. And again,
appreciate is the word. Appreciate, and that is better. Appreciate. Yeah, if you the correct word, that's the word I was looking for. Appreciate. No reward. No reward.
So you're gonna bring that word. I present to you.
So if we wanna go deep into this conversation.
We're not going to go deep anymore.
No, we have to, because we're
going to be wrapping it up now.
He's already started. If we want to start defining words, so when you appreciate someone, right?
Yeah.
How do you show that appreciation? By giving
verbal, physical, or otherwise. Or
It doesn't matter by giving a reward. This is standard.
There are
It's
so
not
many things you
reward.
could give. Yeah,
You
so
don't
many
give reward.
you could-
The thing about a reward is something I give. I didn't give my reward. I buy a new shoe. It don't be reward. I appreciate it.
that's
Thank
the
you. This
reward.
is a new shoe for you.
That's
no,
the-
no. Reward is like, okay.
You just don't want
Who's been a good boy? There's a treat for you. I don't like the word reward.
That's exactly what it is.
in the context
you
of
just don't want to
relationship.
see it that way.
You know,
That's
in
the
the
problem.
context of relationship.
You see, this is the problem we have.
English word is a problem.
No.
But English word literally, you know, at the end of the day, we are saying the same thing.
No.
I appreciate reward, treat. We are all saying the same
No.
thing.
Context matters. This is the problem we have in this society that we live in right now. Because men are tiptoeing around, even using words that have meaning. Right?
Okay, my
so if
question
I need to change the conversation, right?
Okay.
If I were to say someone is fat, that's a problematic
That is your special
statement. No. It's a description
Yeah.
of an individual's size.
Yeah.
So how can you tell me that I'm wrong for describing someone that is clearly fat? You understand what I'm saying? So you're policing words. I can't even use words that exist.
It's not
So
policing
I'm
words.
not. So
It's
this
environment.
context
It's
matters,
environment,
right?
Apart from environment,
I'm
the environment. There's a word you can't use in the environment.
No. I'm not saying this individual is a fat ass.
Okay,
So I'm not.
As we are mixing up English language now, because at the end of the day, English language is not our first language. But for the sake of clarity, let's just go and use a dictionary and see the meaning of the words we are using. For instance, hold on a sec. Hold on. I know you are itchy to talk.
No. We've moved on from that.
I want us to clear this
Let's
before we move on.
Okay, yeah. Let's let.
Meaning of appreciation.
Yeah.
To be grateful and thankful or thankful.
Okay.
You see, so which in other is like what is you add okay, to be grateful or thankful for something.
Appreciate.
Yeah, that is to appreciate, right? Okay, now when you say reward, reward. We all know these things already, but for the sake of this,
No, because
reward, a thing given in recognition of service. Effort or achievement.
Exactly my point. Let me touch on this. Right? Appreciation, right?
Yeah.
Is you acknowledging they've done whatever it is they've done.
Yeah.
The reward is you. That's the action of you showing that appreciation. That's what that means.
Can you read that reward again, please? Read the reward again, please.
That's exactly what you just read.
No, I want to read it one more time.
When you say you appreciate it, you're acknowledging it.
No, so that I can just point a couple of things there for you. Because,
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't want to go back to this. Let me see what's going on there.
Don't worry about what's going on there. Yeah, what's going on? Siana, it's a thing given in recognition of service, effort, or achievement.
Of service.
Effort.
Oh, no.
You-
It's of service.
Effort. You're not going to
Achievement.
eliminate that word. Effort. So you've put in some effort in the past few weeks. So here is your reward. Because you've done so well.
So
No, hold on. You've put in.
Okay, let me give an example of this
You've put in some.
Okay, listen.
You've put in some effort. Hold on.
Let me
Give
give an
example.
example. A noun, let me start with the noun, A noun, a thing given in recognition of service, effort, and achievement. Then, for example, for the noun is the holiday was a reward for 40 years service with the company. That was in the whole thing. Then, when the verb is give something to someone in recognition of their service, effort, or achievement. Example: the engineer who supervised the work was rewarded with the MBE.
Okay.
MBE, yeah.
All right.
So they will never use any context to
There's
family.
nothing like a relationship context in that.
Not relationship context in
So
that.
yeah. So you can apply it to relationship.
Okay,
So you can also apply. Wait. You can also apply appreciation because that's the first step of him getting that reward. So they appreciate him, right? That's acknowledging what he's done. So the action is giving him that reward.
Okay,
that's the next step.
Okay, let's leave it.
All right. So Sidela said relationships are can't even say the word, man. Transactional, that's the word, yeah.
If you can't say that word, I'm using language.
Is that to appreciate someone means to value, admire, and recognize.
Is that beautiful? That relate? No, it relates to a relationship. That just relates.
Is that To appreciate someone means to value, admire,
Oh yeah.
and recognize the worth or importance of that person, or to be grateful for their actions or
Exactly.
presence. You know?
To be grateful, right? Appreciation.
I prefer appreciation.
Appreciation.
No, I prefer it.
There is no action yet.
And it can also mean being thankful for something they've done.
Yes, there is no
Or for the
action.
presence in their life.
Remember, there is no action yet. You haven't done nothing. You just show appreciation. But for you to actually show the appreciation, you have to do something. That's where the reward comes in.
Okay, let's leave it. Let's leave it. This time on the hand, I've been here for 6 years. 60 years, I was in the area.
60 years of madness. So, but each person has a purpose in a partnership. And I hate using the word partnership, by the way.
Okay.
So
He's always having work.
As we are ending this session, I just want something else. If you have a child, you have a young child. If you have young children, please, I beg you, if you are watching this, don't give them phone. Take their phone away from them.
Not too early.
See, listen, Instagram is the new S-rated app. Instagram, as I speak to you now, is the next S-rated S-rated site. As soon as I open my Instagram page, I go on this on a new Instagram page. I have not even watched anything on that Instagram page. I have not even, maybe they will say it's the algorithm that is now suggesting what I've been watching. Nothing like that. I open my Instagram page, I go on the explore. All I see is nyash, breast, everything explicit. No, it's sick. You don't even have to go into a P site. Just go on Instagram. And how does this thing even go? How is it that the algorithm doesn't even pick them up and say is not against the community guidelines? Because I don't understand. Because when you say something on this platform, they are very quick to flag your content and say, "Oh, it does not agree with our community guidelines." But you will see people that are posting explicit content. You understand? I don't get it. What exactly are they trying to push? I feel sorry for the kids. I feel sorry for parents that are allowing their children to go on social media, because it's like how do you even call it? It's like a cesspool.
yeah, it's crazy, man.
It's crazy, bro.
Man.
You can't even even this day, for a man to be faithful this day, it takes the grace of God, because everything is getting shoved in your face.
Yeah. And also,
there used to be a boundary. I remember when we were growing up here, if you see a woman leg, you will feel like, I saw that auntie, you see her leg. But these days, you are seeing camel toe.
I've said this before.
Bro, it's mad.
I've said this before. These days, you can't really tell the difference between a married woman, sometimes a prostitute. You might think I've gone too far.
It's hard for you to tell the difference.
So, I was gonna say, just to add to what you said, right?
Take the phone away from the children. If not, your children will start looking at you funny because of the things they say.
That's not even the worst part. The worst part of this is these men that dress like women. You know the ones I'm talking about.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. they make up themselves. They make themselves look like women, but they're men, and they wear this like bomb shot like women, and Instagram allows that.
Oh yeah.
Even TikTok sometimes is on there.
And if you comment, if you talk against it, they will say they'll actually take my video down before they say I have gone against a protected interest. I said God punish you now with protected interest.
But when you guys don't get it wrong, right? Most of the things are wrong. Most 90% of them. But first of all, let me address the fact you don't know a prostitute from a married woman. And the way I look at it, society is changing. Things are changing. And most of us that come from a different generation want to hold much of our generation to us as much as we can. You understand? It's like if your generation, the work pattern is 9 to 5. But these days, work pattern have changed. It's changing as well. And you don't expect one thing to change.
There's no correlation, bro.
Let me explain. Let me finish. The way you earn money, right? This different. You want the benefits of the new way of life, right? Make money, but you don't want the things that comes with it. That is the way of life. People can give what they want to give out there and post it because it's freedom of sharing it, because people are making money from that certain thing. If you go to Instagram, if there's no customer, there's no product.
Okay.
So
I think-
so there's customer. That's why there's naked people out there.
I think the way you say this now, I think our home train is the problem there. Maybe I will start selling my dick pictures online. That's why I saw.
No, you can't do it because you're not from that generation. You're from a different generation. So that's what's holding you back.
So what you
guys do it.
No. You see, he just told you there's no correlation. You just said there is no customer. I'm talking about married women. Who is your customer? Your husband?
No.
Wait.
No,
So this is why you went off track. You went off track.
Okay.
I said you can't tell the difference between married women and prostitutes.
Okay.
Because why are you dressed that way as a married woman?
Okay.
Because you claim
No. The reason your question, I'm going to answer it. I'm going to answer it, but I think I deviate. My question to you was, what kind of dressing you're talking about? But you don't have to specify what kind of dressing that you say a married woman that cannot dress and a prostitute can dress.
there are.
Is it skinny tight jeans that
I don't need to name.
Bro,
any-
no.
Hold on. Let me answer this. You as a man, you know, prostitutes have uniform. You know this. I don't need to spell it out.
They don't have uniform.
I mean, if you play hold on. If you're playing dumb, that's completely fine.
There are corporate prostitutes though.
No.
Thank you. There's only red suits.
No,
Yeah.
you need to understand. By their fruit we shall know them. As a man, when you see
No.
hold on.
If you this is the thing. If you put it like this,
Okay.
you are going to actually get confused because
hold on.
That's on this side. There's a president still this side here.
Alright,
This is what I want. This is what I was
you guys
asking.
are deviating from my point. I'm not whether culprit or not. That's irrelevant. I'm talking about a prostitute when you see one. The way they dress, So I'm talking about the ones that we know. Right?
If they
forget about.
No,
I don't need to define it.
No.
I don't know what you're talking
So
about.
all those girls at the gym that wear those things, they are prostitutes.
Huh?
All those girls at the gym that have wear the bomb dividers.
I said they're dressing like it. So a married woman, you can't tell the difference between her and so you complain about the girls that dress that way.
Okay.
So what are you doing dressing that way? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, what are you trying to do? Because there was a girl, I was in the gym the other day, the girl literally stood in front of me with a bomb shot on in my face, bro.
Yes.
I had to stand up, and her friend was right behind her, and she was laughing. And I didn't find that funny, bro. She was right in my
did you
face.
say something to her?
No, I just got up and left.
That's the problem. That's the problem. You could have said something.
No. I didn't say nothing. Her friend stood there. She was laughing, bro.
And the fact that she was laughing, that would have been an avenue for you to say something, can correct them and educate them.
Yeah.
It's true.
No,
they might not like. See,
Yeah.
this is the thing. They might not like you because you said something, but next time if she's coming to the gym, that thing will play in her head again.
You can help her.
Yeah.
No, it's a waste of time. Man.
Oh, it's a waste of time for you to emphasize it, but not a waste of time when you.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
So, Scott, because if a woman is not going to dress that way, she's not going to dress that way. Because this is why I was going to tackle your point about we're evolving, though you didn't say the exact word. Things are changing. Things are changing. We're evolving. There are some things that cannot be changed, right? There are some things that they just are, right? Modesty is just what it is. There are women from this generation that still understand that, regardless of what you say.
Of course.
Okay. So you can't. No. So you can't. Well, hold on.
It's a quick one.
Because you're running with the ones that are doing it.
Before you dive into deep waters, right? Do you agree that the generation before your generation, right, a woman cannot wear trousers? Cannot wear trousers.
What do you mean a woman cannot wear trousers?
You're not allowed. A woman cannot. You can't wear trousers. And if a woman that wear trousers, they call prostitute.
I don't know where you got that from.
Okay, maybe it's very, very wrong. I don't know if you ever remember before the transition of women wearing trousers. Women were not allowed to wear trousers
It depends
before.
on the trouser.
No, they were not allowed to wear trousers at all. At all.
It depends on.
No. In Nigeria, there was a time women were not allowed to wear trousers at all. If you wear trousers at all, you're a prostitute.
No, it depends on.
It doesn't matter what kind of trousers you wear.
No,
It depends on the kind of
There was a time women cannot wear trousers.
I remember then, women used to come to church. Even to church, when they come to church, if you wear any skirt that is below your knee.
Oh no, that's a no. That's a no.
Okay,
that's a no. Of course, in the long skirt.
No. There are. Forget about all that, right? There are some things that are just when you see a decent dressed woman, you know,
Yeah.
right? You don't need to be told.
Agreed.
So all these you go in the extreme. All these are irrelevant. We're just talking about
No, it's not
modesty.
relevant.
So-
I'm talking about evolution, right? Everything transits from one generation to another generation. In your generation, decency is defined differently.
No, it's not.
The
This is-
generation back,
this is-
decency defined differently.
This is what I'm saying.
My mom, I never
regardless-
saw my mom with the trousers. She was never wear trousers. The first time she wore trousers, we were laughing.
Regardless of
And that was when she come to the UK.
regardless of how evolved we are, or how times have changed, morals, values, and modesty, we all remain the same. These are
Agreed.
never going to change. So you need to understand. You need to keep that in mind when you're making these comments. Saying, well, we're in a different times, so therefore we need to adapt. No, these things are never going to change. A kid that's born today, that's got that upbringing, that understand, okay, I need to keep I'm talking about females now. I don't need to expose my body, right? She's gonna be like that. She's not gonna go with the majority.
A woman that wear tight trousers that show her figure, yeah, is acceptable. You wear tight trousers that show your figure. Jeans wear that kind of trouser, but it shows your figure. Everything, it shows your curve, your shape is acceptable.
What do you mean is it acceptable?
In your context.
I mean,
what you're saying, because
So-
I want clarity. This is why I want clarity, because you cannot pick and choose certain things, because this is my point. You picking certain things and says, oh, you
I'm
shouldn't
not
do this.
picking.
Yeah, no, but
I'm just going with standards.
What's the standard? The standards have been shifting from years, from decades. Decency, definition of decency now and during my mom, they're different. They're totally different definition.
Okay, so
Do you agree with me on that?
I understand what I'm saying. That's why I said I'm going with standards, right? You're right in what you said about standard changing. What will never change is the things I just spoke about. It's morals, values, and
Yes.
modesty. Those
Yes.
things will never change. So if a woman is going to dress modest, she knows what to wear. So you don't need to ask me if she wears because there are some women, no matter what they wear, that figure is going to show regardless. So are they not going to dress?
They wear
Well,
bigger stuff,
the
Muslim do. Tie your face, big stuff, right? The proper Muslim, that's how they dress. Because why do you think they dress like that?
This is why
That's modesty to them.
Wait,
That's the definition of modesty.
this is why I didn't answer your question.
Yeah.
Because there are exceptions. There are women that just have that natural body. No matter what they wear, you see their figure. So that's why I didn't answer that
big
question.
and wide.
No.
You're gonna flow
No,
through.
there are some women that just have that body. No matter what they put on, that body's just gonna.
No. But if you're like the Muslim, what's it called, hijab and everything, you will not show as much.
But I'm not talking about Muslim though.
No.
Muslim
But
are
it's
not-
the culture. It's the cultural. You say culture.
Yeah, I'm not talking
and
about
values.
Muslims. I'm not talking about Muslims. That is the culture. That's under religion.
And that's the definition. That's the definition of decency and the culture.
In Islam, yeah.
and in morals.
In Islam, yeah.
No, it's people. They're
No,
people as well.
in Islam. And Islam and Orthodox Christians, they do tie their hair but not cover their faces.
Oh, okay.
You understand what I'm saying? They do tie their hair because when
Yes.
I was it's even in the Bible, right? Women are meant to tie
But
their
don't
hair.
dress
But that's very
But you
normal.
accept that. You accept women leave their hair long and flop.
No.
Their hair.
Okay. Society and modesty has never tying of hair has never defined that.
modesty are fine.
As
The
being-
goalposts have been shifting for a
has
while.
been
And will keep
indecent.
shifting.
Huh?
The goalposts have been shifting and will keep shifting. That is the point I'm making. It will keep shifting to the point that people don't wear no clothes at all, and it will be normal.
No, this is what I'm saying. It can never be normal that way.
It will not be normal in your generation because you didn't grow up with that.
You're still not understanding my point. Even in the next generation to come, there's still gonna be people that will see that and say this is indecent. I'm not gonna dress that way, regardless of how.
Agreed.
So
Just
what are you
the
talking
way-
about?
just the way-
Stop using me. I'm not the only one.
No, it's me you talking. Because it's your views. Just the same way.